Hey guys, Jess here with Offbeat Life, and I am bringing you our July budget report. We've had another good month, so I'll dive right in here. So at this point, I was working the Renaissance Festival, so I was no longer working my reception position at the vet. So I dropped my income down to just doing some weekly cleaning. So I knocked it down to $270. I did bring in $353.55 because it did include one final shift as reception at the end of June, so it was a little bit higher. So it was $83.55 over budget there. RJ budgeted $269.30 for his contribution, which is 10% of his income. We brought in $269.31. There was just a penny discrepancy somewhere on one of his checks. For merchandising, I budgeted about $350 for July, and I brought in $385.31, so it was $35.31 over in income there. And at this time, I was budgeting ahead for the work orders that I had scheduled to be paid out in July, because I can usually see ahead, 3 to 4 weeks at the most. At this point now, I'm just keeping my budget lower. I could probably still do the same thing, but generally when I was over around here, it was gas mileage reimbursements. So I budgeted about $950 for the Renaissance Fair, only brought in $908.58, so I was a little under there at $41.42. Budgeted about $80 for my side hustle, doing bookkeeping under the table, and that came in at $85, so I was $5 over there. At this point, I was still budgeting $50 for MTurk, and I completely, along with falling off the video wagon, fell off the MTurk wagon. So I did not do any MTurk here, and to be completely honest, I still to this day haven't done any. I think I've done like $2 worth. So I'm hoping within the next week or so to get rolling on that a little bit more, just to have some supplemental income. Just depends on how much time I'm actually spending at home as opposed to working outside of the house. And finally, we had a supplemental, back in March, maybe, you would see that I bought tickets for an Incubus concert that was coming through the Syracuse area here. And that concert was in July. It's one of my favorite bands, and I was very excited to see them locally because I've always had to travel at least a couple hours to wherever they were playing. And now the Syracuse area put in an amphitheater, so they were playing local to us within about half an hour. What ended up happening is RJ requested a media pass so that he could photograph the show, and actually got it, so we no longer needed our tickets. I didn't actively try to make the money back that I had spent on them because it was budgeted money and I wasn't really worried about it. But while we were waiting to get into the show with the media representative, we encountered someone that needed tickets, so we sold our 2 tickets for $20. So we managed to, actually I think we sold it for $30, but I used the $10 for something else that I don't remember what it was. I think it was Taco Bell after the concert at like 1 a.m. And it was pretty cool, for the record, going to that concert with a media pass, because we got to spend 3 songs in the pit, so at the base of the stage. So that was pretty cool. Totally worth it. So anyways, I budgeted $1,969.30 for income. We brought in $2,021.95. So I was still $52.45 over in income, which was great. Mortgage was usual, $709.60. I had upped my gas budget to $150 because I knew that I'd be doing more driving with Gav being out of school. I would have to be driving him to family members to watch him while I was working, and usually those sitters are in the opposite direction of where I'm working. Luckily, I still came in at only $97 for gas, which was awesome. So I was $53 under there, so that was very exciting. I budgeted $25 for food for the cats. It was $24.83, so 17 cents under budget, no big deal. And I picked up my prescription for $10. That was exact. And then finally, for miscellaneous, I spent $8.13, and that was putting together a flower crown for the Renaissance Festival, as well as a couple bits of food that got left out when we were buying groceries for the week. Which, if you're not familiar with our budget, RJ has his own income. He just contributes about 10% of his income to my account. And then he buys the groceries and pays for the utilities and our cell phones and insurance and all of that. So I budgeted $904.60 for expenses and only spent $849.56. So we were $55.04 under there. So at the end of the day, I was able to put $1,171.92 onto my student loan, which was $107.22 over budget, bringing us down to $12,840.81. So that was awesome to be under $13,000. And there was about 27 cents that ended up just staying in my account due to rounding usually. So that is July. Not as awesome as June, but still a very productive month. And I will bring you guys August shortly, which will bring you up to date. So thanks so much for watching, and I will be back again soon. Have a great day.